Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Miles Investigates Why the Vending Machine Prices Are So Expensive. Last time we were investigating, we learned that Gumshoe, he was having himself a little schnacky wacky and, you know, wasn't seen because he was sitting down and height and stuff. We haven't definitively proven that yet, but we'll do it in a second. First things first, is there anything else here? Okay. Because they told me to look at the window again when we were talking to Chickadee, but it didn't actually mean something was new. Alright, what do we have? We have our window. Well shit, I was hoping dude eating food would be here. Pink piece of trash. Made of rubber. Made of rubber. Don't actually... You got anything to say about any of this stuff? Detective Bad, I'd like to ask you about... Okay. You know anything about this Swiss roll? I don't know, the fact that you're still here makes me think that I didn't present something. No? Because, like, the judge left when we were done with him, but this guy stuck around, you know? Detective Battle, okay. I got baited. Ah. Fair day. Sounds like you lost someone close to you. He was battle buddy. We fought through a lot together. A boy with silver spoon in his mouth couldn't possibly understand society's dark underbelly. Although, honestly, I suppose he's right. I don't have anyone I relate to in that way. It's not as though I long for someone like that, nor am I good at getting close. Okay? I don't really know what I'm doing here, but... yeah, that's fair. I don't know if I'm missing something, or... there's a pink piece of trash and the scent of flowers. Maybe the trash smells like flower. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Okay, so then there's the cactus and the trash. I have no clue what this means. This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. Brother, that was like 2 weeks ago. You can't expect me to remember that shit. I believe this is a piece of popped balloon. I'll take your word for it. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess girl had a balloon at the start. I don't really remember, because as previously mentioned, that was, we don't even have a record for when that was. When did this case start? The 27th? Yeah, it's been a hot minute since then. So I'm gonna call Little Bull on that. Well, I'm gonna call Slight Bull. It's not too bad because theoretically you can only mess that thing up like, you know, 2 times before you eventually are forced to get the right answer. But being like, hey, do you remember that she had a balloon like 5 in-game hours ago when this case started? Or like 4 in-game hours ago? Is a little ridiculous. Well, I do. Alright, Francesca, would you care to show what conclusions you've come to? Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know? We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong, Percy. You go ahead. It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay his honor a visit to correct his testimony. Well, guys, I'm in the middle of lunch. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up. Do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect? Oh gosh, I might have to recuse myself. That's as much a conflict of interest if I'm the judge of my own case. In a sense, I suppose you could say that. Even you, a judge, are nothing but a common witness before a Von Karma. Silence in the courtroom! Silence, I say! Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Bamford Von Karma and Miss Junior Prosecutor Cecil Art. You bit your tongue again, didn't you? Him! As offender law can ever give false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want. Very well then, your testimony if you please. See, here's the thing I don't know about the oath is that you can still lie. You can still lie. The oath doesn't mean anything. I mean, if I'm being accused of murder and I did an accident, obviously I'm gonna lie. You crazy? I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm cool with killing people, but I'm not cool with lying. Silly. Oh no. During the recess, I went to the restroom. You know, nature called. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machines. Every time I've done this voice, the character ended up getting way more lines than I expected. But then, I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty sounds mighty suspicious to me. Your Honor, can you please try and remain calm? No! I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies, can't call up any excitement. Sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to spoil your fun now.
Hold it!
Your Honor, why exactly did you pay a visit to the restroom, if I may ask?
That's it! Well, ain't it obvious? What else you go to the restroom for? Rest! Maybe I knew it. You suspect me of some sort of tomfoolery, don't you?
Please stay calm, Your Honor. It's going to be much harder than I anticipated.
I'm sorry. You're right. I need to think something things through with a level head. I'm just nervous because so much has happened today with this trial. Let's see, I announced a recess and it's time for us to reconvene. But having done all that, I wasn't able to go to the restroom right away.
And why couldn't you?
Mr. Fair, they have been accused. I have paperwork to process regarding a new prosecutor. It was going to be some dude named Miley Edwards. Once I finished that, I was able to make a mad dash to the restroom.
At least he stayed consistent on the going to the restroom part of his testimony.
Hold it!
Your Honor, did you really go to the men's restroom?
What the hell? What in tarnation are you talking about, boy? What's the meaning of that statement?
I simply meant that, perhaps you went to a restroom on a different floor.
I had to go for such a long time. It was all I could do to dash our closest one to our courtroom.
I suppose it's only natural, given his circumstances.
I ran from the courtroom through this floor's main lobby and down the hallway. Once you enter, you can see there's a window just above the urinals.
And it was through that window that you witnessed Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor.
Exactly!
Your Honor, there's no need to yell. I can hear you just fine.
Oh, guess I put a little too much into that last answer. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. My testimony.
Hold it!
Are you sure the person you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor?
I'm absolutely sure. I'd have missed some of his factor, even from far away in the restroom. I can't think of anyone else with that kind of hairstyle and big beige coat.
Well, I was simply wondering if you were mistaken in what you saw.
What? Preposterous. My eyes are as sharp as can be, ready to see through lies to the truth. Although recently things do seem a bit fuzzier than it used to be. Maybe I got them cataracts, which I don't really understand because I thought cataracts are on the river. Allow me to say with all the honor and dignity of a judge, I am not mistaken in what I saw.
Hold it!
He disappeared. But Your Honor, didn't you just say, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machines?
Why, yes. Yes, I did. The restroom window looks over a courtyard, right in the hallway. But, just as I was about to exit, took another look and there was no one in sight. That led me to the only solution to this mystery. That just must know the crime scene! I've been up to the point!
He looked into the hallway from the restroom and over the courtyard, did he? Okay, so I don't know if they want me to hone in on the fact that he didn't have the money to purchase the thing, or if we're going to jump ahead to the height stuff. I feel like it's probably vending machine first, so then we can establish that Chickadee was there, but he couldn't see her because she's too short, and then we can segue from that into the height issue.
Hold it!
Your Honor, I ask that you please remain calm.
No, I'm perfectly calm.
You're being anything but perfectly calm. It appears that His Honor could not have been mistaken in what he saw. I suppose so, given his line of sight. However, Francesca, why do you suppose our line of sights are so different? If you're referring to my height... Can't you hold that whip still for just a second? And I'll be honest. Okay, yeah, sure, I deserve that one. That is Honor's testimony. I believe his line of sight to be an important factor. I mean, if anything, she's actually rather tall. If she's 13 and almost as tall as Edgeworth, who is, in theory, an adult. If that's important, why don't you hurry up and tell him already? Oh well, there's one thing I need to do if I'm to correct His Honor's testimony. You'll need to retrace the... Okay, so that's nice. They kind of give you a bit of an idea. Not to jump ahead of yourself. Or this is one of those times where they do want you to go, like, step by step. But, you know, this game in particular has been a little... Sometimes they have wanted you to make the leap in logic ahead of time and not, you know, meticulously get there the way you do in some of the previous games. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, it's just kind of like they trained you wrong as a joke.
Objection!
Your Honor, there's a very large flaw. What do you mean? Yeah, there is a large flaw in his statement. He doesn't have the money. He's got no money. Why didn't that work? Did I do it on the wrong line? Okay, I guess never mind, we don't do that. I was wrong. I mean, there's no way they want the Swiss roll, right? If they didn't want the envelope, okay, I don't know why they did that whole thing about we have to retrace his steps first then. If they don't actually want to establish that he couldn't have bought the Swiss roll, therefore somebody else helped him. He completely disappeared. Now see, I don't know where they want this.
Objection!
Okay, apparently they want that there.
What is that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth?
So, I mean, yeah, I try and praise the game, and then it fucking shits in my mouth. Alright, that's cool. You know what? I should be used to this by now, because every single time I say, actually, oh, I understand what they're going for, that's really nice, and they're like, no, that wasn't what we were going for, we're not nice, fuck you.
I know it's rude to objection. A home and giving testimony?
If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I never let an opportunity to shout objection pass by me. Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life. This is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me.
What is that filth? How dare someone carry a hallway bitch like that? Where's my gavel? Who's the culprit? That party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness.
If you must know, the uncouth bench Solier has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor.
Oh, that's good. Who was it? What, me, what? I'm not under arrest, am I?
We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench. Namely, Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints.
Not happy with us committing murder. You had to go and dirty a curse house too? Guilty. Guilty.
Your Honor, please calm down. While it's true the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder.
What do you mean?
I believe the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor, whoops. Now I'll just hit the R key. Everyone knows the R key is how you open up the history. Under the bench, Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusions to be true.
I don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom?
It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francesca herself was unable to see out that window. 30 lashes. 1. I knew I shouldn't use her height as evidence! But basically what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom.
Then
it seems you have made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window. Yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. What? Do you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony has just proven Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time.
sorry. I didn't mean to say that without much enthusiasm. I wanted to try saying it once. Here, let me try again. Hold it!
Is there something of value you'd like to say?
Actually, there is. I remember something else just now. Mr. Edwards, please allow me to testify to court one more time.
Even if we overruled him, he'd just keep on talking, wouldn't he? That might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in a perfect investigation, right?
I suppose it's possible you can't see a single person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. I was leaving the restroom, heard a loud bang of a gunshot. How was that? That's the testimony of one who judges the crimes of others.
Your Honor, could you try and state the important facts first next time? I agree, before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words.
I'm sorry. Honestly, I thought the sound was a noise popper until now. I remember there was a murder.
Now that he mentions it, right before we restarted the trial, he did talk about that.
Oh, wait, we're someone celebrating a birthday during recess?
Oh, yeah, I do vaguely remember that.
Also, I guess my tongue isn't messed up here, so I could just talk somewhat normally.
Could have sworn I heard a popper going off. Poppers! Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. The most critical point in this argument is, when did the judge look into the hallway? And whether that lines up with when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. I mean, I guess it could be the balloon popping, which I don't know if it would make that loud of a noise, but presumably that's what we're going for.
Hold it!
Do you concede you were overconfident in your last testimony?
Hold on there. I just said possibly you can't see a person from a restroom. But you know something? I don't think you know when the prints you referred to are on that bench, do you? Well, you've proven it's possible to tackle a shouldn't. I still have a problem with just when those fingerprints were left.
He's right, I got to prove when the fingerprints were left on that bench. While he feigns ignorance, his honor has seen a lot of life. This judge, I mustn't underestimate him. But we also shouldn't overestimate him either, you know what I'm saying? As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into the hallway?
After I called for a recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe 20 minutes until we reconvene? Yeah, I guess that's right, 20 minutes or so.
Now, did dude actually give us a time frame on his testimony? Just says right before the trial was about to start. But we don't know how long the recess is supposed to be. I mean, they maybe said 30 minutes, but...
What were you expecting? I may have known all along trial for.
Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony.
If you insist.
Okay, I looked in the hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. Okay. I thought it said 20 minutes after recess. So yeah, we just do this. Well, yeah, we'll press the last two just for content's sake. If it's something that forgettable, I don't need to hear it.
But all I did was forget to mention it.
That sort of excuse may work on other people, but not on a Von Karma.
Oh, okay. But it's such an important piece of testimony. Please give me a chance to present it.
I suppose I've no choice in the matter. What do you actually say there? You know, I forgot to testify earlier, but oh.
Hold it!
Your Honor, about what you just said.
I don't know. Couldn't believe it myself. I heard bang with a gunshot. Ah, knee-jerk reaction. Ah, that's me yelling. Ah, just like that with a quick ah.
Your Honor, please remain calm when you're trying to explain yourself to me.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that, sir. Now then, let's gather myself, yeah? Heard a gunshot. There was no one in the hall. I should know. Look. There's no one there.
This judge's emotion circuits appear to be stuck on overreact. I believe that we finally found the flaw in his Honor's testimony. Sadly, he's completely oblivious to it. I guess I can't really expect him to be aware of it. Well, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and fill him in. At least that thing finally came in handy. What, the boombox? Indeed, let's see what happens when I present it to his Honor.
Objection!
Your Honor,
No! I'm overruled! I'm the judge here. You're not allowed to make an objection.
what? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection.
Egads! I've been overruled?
Your Honor, there's simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. Let's just say I hate the Swiss.
What do you mean by it?
You claim that you have heard... You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible.
Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred von Gogh.
Instead of biting your tongue, why don't you bite down on this... What did I say? Biting down... Why don't you bite your tongue on those preposterous names? I see you have no mercy for the elderly either. Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back. With your height, you'd need a stepladder for to accomplish that. I mean, she's really only slightly shorter than you, Edgeworth. Like, I feel like this is more of an indictment of your height than hers. She's actually maybe like a little too tall for her age. Or not too, but you know, on the above average side of height.
My ears are not that far gone yet. I'll have you know, I can still hear just fine. I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear my own 2 ears.
Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad. And according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again.
What did you say?
Your Honor, you just said you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. Good timing. Good. You'll make an assistant yet. How? You actually probably should have waited until here if you were really on like high tier standards. This is when you kick the music in, but you know, I mean, you had okay timing. How do you explain this glaring contradiction?
That can't be!
Unfortunately, this is the truth.
I heard it clear as day. Bang! Loud sound of a gunshot.
The sound of a gunshot, but keep returning to this point of contention. And that piece of evidence. I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what the gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard.
Take that!
I found this object in the hallway earlier.
What is that pink substance?
It may not look it, but this is actually a piece of a balloon.
I see. Love those things. Why, they just float everywhere? Kind of crazy. Sometimes I wish I could just float away like a balloon. Never have to touch ground again. No more cases, no more injustices, no more trying to figure out if I should ruin this person's life or not. You know, a lot of pressure put on one person to decide the fate of somebody's future, because sometimes what if they're wrong? And you ruin someone's life for no reason. I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record?
Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. It's kind of with the legacy sound.
What?
Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot? Now, there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at the time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you something. Do you think the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun?
I don't know. I just know their names, not the sounds they make when they take a man's life.
I think I've said enough that even you can figure out the rest on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot.
What manner of trickery is this?
That was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I'd have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified. Can you elaborate how one ends something before it even begins?
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go have lunch now. I just think the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound. I mean, I was in the war, you know. Look how old I am. Who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this?
That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with a courthouse. I want to trade these coins with you. That's it. That balloon the girl was holding. It explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy.
Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? Now it really makes me think back on all my old cases and how maybe I was too harsh on all those people I sentenced to death. Maybe I was just nervous. Maybe I should have had a more open mind. What have I done? I would say to Gumshoe a very big apology. I'll see to it myself if he is released.
Wait, let's not go so far. There's still a few things you've yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe.
But why? Oh, you're clear as rain.
Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do now is to continue in my quest for a perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway.
Very well, bailiff. Bring that gum guy in here.
I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. What time is it? Where's my timestamp? How long did the investigation take? Or the questioning? Alright, we need to take a sauce break. Alright. Your time for my trial already? I will say, I can feel the throat already getting kind of worn down. Which I guess is good that I've only got... I can do like one more video after this, which will be nice. We'll actually have a few videos saved up then. Oh, I told you a gazillion times, pal, I didn't do it! I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe. No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that.
No. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that.
Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental?
Yeah, well, speaking of hate you guys, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in judgment on my part.
Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he's completely innocent of this crime.
I guess so.
What are you guys talking about? In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you're on guard duty. And please remember you are not on trial. This is all just part of the investigation. As such, you may still found to be innocent. However, if you should give a false testimony... Ouch! My whip will object loud and clear. But that lady, that's not a whip. That's a riding crop. I know enough about that sort of things, if you know what I'm saying, partner. If you're found to be lying, you'll be held indefinitely, understood?
That seems kind of mighty illegal.
Or, well, it's not really illegal, but just kind of unethical. Gotcha, pal. Thinking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious Detective Gumshoe is lying. And if I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case. Alright, pal, I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. Soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. Just like Shaggy said. He's still singing the same tired tune. In that case, I was about to change the melody. I know he's lying, and it's time I pulled the information I need out of him.
Hold
it! Was it really Detective Bad who called you down here?
You bet it was, pal. I was left in charge of the precinct while everyone was out and this call comes in. I want you down here in 1 minute flat, he said.
Well, I thought this was my big chance, my first case, so I made a mad dash down over here. Although I couldn't exactly get here in a minute flat, it was more like 20 minutes round. How long did it take you?
About 10 minutes, I guess.
And what was Detective Bad doing when you finally made it?
He was waiting for me down the first floor in the entranceway, pal. Hold it!
And by he, you mean?
Detective Bad, of course. And this being my first time at the courthouse, he also walked with me to the 3rd floor hallway in front of the defendant lobbies.
You mean anyone along the way?
Well... just as we entered the hallway, we ran into Miss Yu. When he heard from Miss Yu that Mr. Faraday was not to be interrupted, that's when Detective Bad told me to stand guard in the hallway, pal.
So far, Detective Gumshoe's testimony is matching up with Detective Bad's.
Hold it!
You claim to have been in the hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in that hallway?
Of course I did something. I guarded the door to lobby number 2, pal. What else?
Very well then, and what exactly does guarding that door entail?
Well, to put it simply, I kind of just stood there, partner. Oh, I know. It's my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch.
Oh. Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of?
You got it, pal. I ain't take a single step away from that door just like I was ordered not to. Well, why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden?
Because we are all in shock. And in awe of your utter stupidity. Scruffy, if you're gonna lie, at least tell a more believable one.
Ouch! But I'm not lying.
I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close. Well, we gotta do one last one.
Hold it!
Would you also be willing to swear that there was no one else in the hall besides you? What are you talking about? I just swore to you I was doing my job, pal. Then what are you acting so nervous for? I'm being accused of murder, and not just the one murder, the two murders. One murder, I mean, you know, who hasn't killed somebody if you really get down to the nitty-gritty of it, but two people, that's crazy. And when not a single person other than myself was in that hall the whole time. I should just let it go. Pursuing this train of thought at this time would just be a waste of time. Just such a foolish contradiction. And such a foolish testimony. It's just plain old foolish. Indeed. Indeed. However, in the pursuit of the perfect investigation, I'm afraid we have to deal with it by squashing it under the weight of the evidence. I have, I believe the word is an objection. What? What is it, pal? Detective Gumshoe, I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Hey, it's one of those things, courthouse special sweet rolls, right? Don't just stay neutral like the Swiss do until the end, right? Precisely. In that case, I suppose. Don't you also recall the sullied hallway bench? Hey, do you know what? I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe? You know you can't go around dirtying up a courthouse like that. You inconsiderate, slovenly pig. Youch! I'll probably clean it up later, I swear. Shall we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door? If that really were the case, then how are you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls? I got really long arms, Your Honor. Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from in front of that door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands? I got really long arms. Youch! It appears that Francesca's whip can do more damage than my words alone can. Alright, I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I bought a pack for myself, okay? Thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found out about me eating on the job. I didn't want to say anything. I'd rather go to jail a murderer than live as a in free society as a eater. Know what I'm saying, partner? Unfortunately for you, I saw you hold desperately leave. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay, I'm sorry for lying. But that's all I'm sorry for. You got that because I'm not holding anything else back. That last statement, it may sound like it makes sense. However, there is something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Of course not. I got nothing else to hide, pal. Oh, 1 second.
Objection!
If only that were true, Detective Gumshoe. But it is true, pal. I swear there's nothing else. Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you're aware the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct? Huh? Remind me again, pal. I just make so much money as a detective, even with my salary cut, that I don't even gotta fucking look at the price tag. You know what I'm saying, partner? The vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack. And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Let me ask then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation of that? I told you, I bought it myself, pal. I didn't need no handout from no 10-year-old or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in that hallway with me. There's no one who could have helped me buy it. Don't tell me. You got some kind of proof there was someone else in that hallway, do you? Correct. As if you could. I mean, what are the chances of that? What? You do? Of course I do.
What? How?
What proof do I have there must have been someone else there in the hallway? Well... I guess it'd be the balloon.
Take that!
What the heck is that? I knew you didn't really have anything. Why would it not be the balloon? Because if the balloon popped and we know she had the balloon, then that proves she was there. Whatever. I mean, the Swiss roll doesn't feel right either, because, well, she could have just bought her own damn Swiss roll.
Take that!
You showed that to me not 2 seconds ago, pal. I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of rolls. The Swiss roll makes no sense. You didn't buy it. That must mean you stolen it, you thief. Holy hell, I got... Where's Detective Bad? I gotta let him know I found the Yatagarasu. What? I would never do such a thing. Oh, you liars are the same. You start out as thieves. You're under arrest, pal. I believe you meant to assert that all thieves started as liars. And in that case, what does that say about you, Detective? Goodner. This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone. Plus, it's not like it says it's an open pack. That implies that she just bought her own Swiss roll. You know? Or maybe it is supposed to be opened. I can't believe they're selling Swiss rolls like these at a vending machine these days. I didn't even know we could look at this. I can't believe it's 2 for $6. Who charges that much for a commoner's junk food? And it says good. If you want one, all you have to do is buy one for yourself. I'm working right now. It won't do for me to eat while there's a case to be solved. Just your ideas of working is vastly different from mine. Yeah, I mean, like it says. I mean, I guess maybe we're supposed to imply that there's two... that it's like folded? But for all I know, it just looks like this shit. So, I mean, the Swiss roll is like really... like, the balloon makes way more sense. Because we know she had the balloon. And we know a balloon popped. Or we've already, you know, our argument is that the balloon popped when Guy was in the restroom. So if we establish the presence of the balloon, we establish the presence of the girl with the balloon. As opposed to the Swiss roll, which you could just easily say, well, it doesn't have to be the same Swiss roll that Gumshoe ate. There were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them, but you gave the other to a certain other person, didn't you? No way, pal. You got it all wrong. I ate both of them. Get his ass. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. She's gonna box. Those little golden gloves right there. It would appear we've caught you at last. Don't do anything bad to that girl. It would appear they do know each other after all. Why do you continue to come to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow? I have a name and it's K. K what? K Faraday. Faraday. Are you Sister Faraday's daughter? Nope. I'm not a you, I'm K. You's the other lady. K. You know, good little girls don't kick other people. Well, I'm not a good little girl, am I? Especially not hard enough to leave big nasty bruises like the way you do. Well, then you shouldn't have put Gummy under your arrest, mister. Gummy? My guess he's talking about saying Gumshoe. What a cute nickname you've given him. Gummy didn't do anything wrong. Okay. It appears I'll need to speak with her in a bit more detail. Rawr! Shit, she's a damn boxing dinosaur. That's crazy. You gotta watch out for them types. It appears that we've caught you red-handed eating a Swiss roll. I'm sorry about lying to you, pal. And do you have nothing else to say? Sure do. It was so fluffy and sweet and big. It was perfection, pal. And totally worth every penny of my bonus. I see. Well, good for you, detective. I can't believe it's almost funny when a fool is this unbelievably foolish.
Oh dear.
What's the matter, Your Honor?
I claim to hand down fair verdicts, but I am fairly cast suspicion on the big fella. If this had been a trial just now, I would have destroyed his life. Oh well, I guess we can go have lunch now. I am the guilty one.
We all make mistakes, Your Honor. To err is human, to forgive divine, as they say. Although if you were to make a mistake during a trial, then it would be quite unforgivable. It's the witness stand. I'll make sure that each and every person that ever stands here will be found guilty. What? What if they're witnesses on your side? There are others besides the defendant that stand at the podium, you know? I don't care. Just make sure you never end up standing in one of these. You'll be sorry. Actually, I feel like it worked out pretty well for us, all things considered. Any day now, I'll be taking my rightful place behind this bench. By that time, I should already be standing here. It'd be downright disgraceful I beat you to it, wouldn't it? I mean, it would, honestly. If that were to happen, Francesca, I'll eat my cravat. It's the defense attorney's bench. I'd probably be standing on this side of the courtroom if that incident hadn't happened. What are you thinking about, class traitor? Lately, the more wrinkly your face becomes, the less I'm able to read what you're thinking. I'll have you know I don't have a single wrinkle upon my youthful brow. Oh, we got an achievement. Behind each bench. See the judge's desk. You can tell by the gavel sitting on top. Okay, so this is the same. I feel like we couldn't... I guess I didn't try and talk to the benches last time. Holy shit. She's got a mind of her fucking own. Oh my gosh, she's going crazy! As I've said many a time, I do love glitching out follower AI. It's like one of my favorite things. I mean, she figured it out though. That's impressive. Or like, you know, when characters are supposed to be following you and then you like get them stuck on something. Big fan. We love it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it here though. Next time we'll talk to Kay and I don't know, try and get our ass beat. Oh, we're in the ladder though. We're in the ladder. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Before you know it, we'll be at the final confrontation former. You know? I'm Cheese87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.